Hey guys, exercise of the week time. This week we're actually going to focus on something that many of us deal with on a daily basis. We're going to talk about low back pain and some stretches and some movement patterns you can put yourself through to help with that issue and ease the pain, and maybe even help strengthen your core to help with that, and maybe loosen those hamstrings. So we're going to start with first here is we're going to start off with just a basic stretch, and I'm going to do a little exaggerated version of it. But what we're going to do, stretching out the hamstring. Okay, once you just lean into it a little bit, straighten that leg out. Okay, you can do this standing, where you're going to put your leg up on a bed, on a bench, on a table, something that you can get a little bit of elevation. This is demonstrating that exact same motion. So we're good and strong here. Just leaning into it. You're going to feel that stretch, that hamstring. Big keys, we want to keep that toe straight. Okay, we straighten it up this way, we can straighten it out that way. All that's going to do is just lengthen that calf muscle or shorten your calf muscle, depending on how tight you feel. Okay, so that's one exercise. Do that, hold it for about 15 seconds a leg, 20 seconds a leg, whatever you're capable of, whatever feels the best. Next, we're going to do cat-cow. So we're going to be in our quadruped position, so it's on all fours. Okay, your back's going to be flat, so we're going to do our cat, where we're going to round your back, okay, like a cat arching its back. And we're going to bring your chin in to your chest, and then down into that sag like a cow, okay, that saddle back type of deal, and your head comes up. Big things, I want to just kind of go slow and steady, not too fast, and really get all your vertebrae to kind of move nice and slow, and you can move your hips with it just the slightest bit to get that arch and that rounding. Okay, so that's your cat-cow. Same thing, about 10-15 reps of that. That'll feel really good. Strengthen it up, loosen you up a lot. Okay, next one, we're going to do our quadruped opposite arm, opposite leg raises. So the big key is we want to make sure we're doing opposite, because if you do the same side, you're going to fall over. Might not feel the best thing. So arm up, leg up. So my right arm, my left leg. Okay, my head is again in neutral spine here. All right, I'm going to go down slow, back up, and see how my leg is straight. I'm not doing any kind of crazy donkey kick. And I'm also raising my arm straight up. Okay? While you're doing this, try and keep your back flat. Don't let it get too saggy on you. You don't want to over-exaggerate that arch again like we're doing with the cat-cow. Okay, about 20 reps of this, 10 aside. Nice and easy. All right, you want to make it a little bit more challenging? Get a stability ball. Put your stomach on the stability ball. So you're going to be more in this position here, okay? Or you can even try it, if you really want to make it hard, more of an exercise, do it here. Okay, that's not really a stretch. That's just something tough to try for your core. All right, next, pelvic tilts. All right, you're going to be down on your back, feet flat, okay? Hands back here, okay, whatever's comfortable. And all you're going to do is see how you have that natural little lumbar curve here. We're just going to drive that down, and I'm going to rotate my pelvis. So you're basically just kind of tucking your butt out. So you bring it back in, you're going to push the top end of it here out. So you're just getting rid of that curve. It's just going away nice and easy. Okay, nice and tall, tight abs, not tall, sorry. Nice and tight abs, we're just going to drive it down, back up. Notice how I'm keeping my feet flat. I don't want to do this because then I can't quite engage my abs, or sorry, my glutes as much. Not my abs. My abs should be engaged no matter what. So I'm driving back down, pelvic tilt. Okay, 10-15 reps of the pelvic tilt. That'll feel pretty good. All right, and then we'll do a partial curl. So we'll stay in the same position. I like to do this one with my hands on my side, but personal preference to you. Whatever feels best. You can go hands behind your head. Just don't lock those fingers like we talked about before. Okay, and we're just coming up partially. Okay, I also like to have my clients drive their heels down, put their toes up, because now their glutes aren't engaged and they can't help in the process. So all I'm doing is just really getting my shoulders off the ground. Okay, making that curve go away while also contracting my abs. Good and strong. Nice and slow. We're always under control. Always keeping that tension on your abs. Okay, 10, 15, 20 reps. Throw it up there if you can. Handle what you can handle. Don't overdo it on those. All right. Next, we're going to do a trunk rotation. I'm going to kind of do this one off to the side a little bit. So you're here, same position. Drop your knees, okay, side to side. Notice how my shoulders aren't really moving too much. This all low back is the only real movement I'm trying to focus on. And go ahead and let your knees kind of fall sideways. All right, one knee's going to be below the other knee, so your top knee should be lower. You don't need to try and keep them together because that's going to increase just a little bit of strain here, like that. We don't want to focus on that. We want to stretch, not strain. Okay, about 10 to 20 reps of this, side to side, nice and easy. There again, keeping your abs contracted. Okay, but not too much, just enough to make you feel it. Okay, and then we're going to do just a nice easy stretch. Grab a hold here. Okay, bring your head up too. This is you can call it an egg roll, you can just call it a baby stretch. But we're just going to hold this for about 10-15 seconds. You can see how my spine is nice and elongated now because everything's rounded out again. Okay, you're holding that there, right? And finally, last stretch we're going to do, same position, one leg's down, one leg's bent, grabbing the hold. Okay, we're going to pull that up. We're stretching that hamstring a little bit here. Okay, so you can feel that get a little tight. If you have a tender spot, you'll feel it. Pull that in, hold it about 15-20 seconds. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit shorter. Grab a hold. Do the other side. Okay, keeping that toe and ankle kind of just limp. Don't let it get too tight and straight up because this isn't going to help anything. Whereas here, as long as we're relaxed, your hamstrings are going to tight. Stretch, I'm sorry, because they're tight. Okay. We're going 15-20 seconds aside. If you need to, you can repeat that little circuit again. I posted this as a picture a couple weeks ago, I'm sorry. But people were asking about how to do things properly. So there you go. That's how you do that low back pain exercises. It's a mobility and a stretching exercise. So it's not just stretching because you are in movement. So it's a mobility exercise as well. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to drop us a line. If not, work on those low back pain issues like that. You can always strengthen your core. That helps. But if you do a lot of these stretches, they'll help out a lot. Have a great day.